We can just start since it's 4. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Stephy. And for today's lesson, we're going to be learning about first point / 1 point perspective. So everybody should take out your materials. We ask for a paper, pen, ruler, or straight edge, or eraser. And if anyone has any questions, please text in the chat and ask Andrea, because I can't really see the chat when I'm sharing my screen. So first things first, does everyone see the screen? You can put the thumbs up sign or just, put your thumbs up. Okay, everyone can see the screen. Okay, so first things first, you want to put your paper landscape, or I guess it would be horizontally. So the longest part of the paper should be on the top, and then the shorter side should be in the right to left. Does everyone have their paper landscaped? Okay. So I'm gonna have like a brief introduction on like the different type of perspectives. So there are kind of 3 main perspectives. There's first 1 point perspective, where you only use 1 point to dictate where, I guess, where your eyesight is seeing. So this would be 1 point perspective, using only 1 point to dictate, where you're standing. So if a person was standing here, or like you and I, you would see only 1 point of, a landscape. 2 point perspective, you can see 2, I guess, sides or 2 areas. So let's say, if a person was, let's say this is a building, right? Oops, that's a really wonky line. Let's say it's a building, right? And then there's like a, I don't know, there's a window. And a person was standing here, they would be able to see two sides. So this side and this side, right? So that's 2 point, because you're using 2 points to dictate how much you see or which part of, an object you see. And there's 3 point perspective, which you won't really be using, but it's like an example would be, let's say you're flying, right? Let's say you're flying, and then this is this big skyscraper. And let's say you're flying like right here. Let's say you're flying right here, right? You would just see 3 points. So you see 1, 2, and 3, and you see this. You see the top. You see this point, and you see this point, right? That's 3 points. Perspective. You won't be able to really. We won't really be able to use this. We're only going to be teaching you 1 point and 2 point, but it's something to know. Like it's when you're not like usually on ground. Or it's not here. So I'm going to erase this, and we're going to start with 1 point today. We're going to be doing 2 drawings. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so first things first, in perspective drawing, you always want to draw your horizon line. So I want everyone to take a ruler and put it like landscape. So just put it directly on your paper and then draw a line. Let's say something from here. Oops, this is a rectangle. You want to draw a line from here all the way to here. So use your ruler, draw a line from all the way one side all the way to the other side. That is going to be your horizon line. And a horizon line is basically where, I guess, the sky touches or meets the land. So this is your horizon line. So you're going to draw a straight horizontal line. So, and then you're going to have to draw your vanishing point. Remember how we talked about like the points before? So your vanishing point is a point. Let's put the vanishing point right here. So put a vanishing point, or just point right above your horizontal line. And your vanishing point is basically the point where like, let's say if you were to stand here, right? It's a point where objects that are farther away will get continually smaller until you can't really see them anymore. And yeah, does everyone have their vanishing point and their horizontal line? Yeah, I'm gonna give a couple seconds. Okay, so then we're gonna use your ruler again. You want to draw a line, or your straight edge, you wanna draw a line from your vanishing point all the way to the bottom part of the page. So something like this, and then something like this. So bottom part of the page. And you can also erase, you know, anything you see, you find interesting. So do we have it? 2 lines from the vanishing point all the way to the bottom part of the page. Yep. And then, so this is going to be our road. So we're going to draw a cityscape for this one. If you look at the sample drawing, this is what I kind of have prepared. So it's going to be the road for the city drawing. So it's going to be the road. And then next you want to use your ruler again, and you want to, again, touch the vanishing point, and then draw another line from here, let's say almost to the corner, the bottom left corner. So right here is good. And then you want to draw another one from the vanishing point again, all the way to the top left corner. So not near, not directly, but like around there. So this should be good. And you're going to do the same. And I totally forgot to tell you this, but these lines should be like lighter lines, because these aren't like, you know, these aren't only your guidelines to draw the buildings. So you should draw these with like lighter lines, a smaller grip on your pencil. Yep, that is very good. I don't know, I can't really see your name, but that's very good. So lighter lines, and then you're going to do it again for the right side of the page. So you're going to do this, and you're going to do, I don't know, like near the corner, and you're going to do this again. You're going to do it near the bottom corner. So it should kind of look like an X. And again, we're going to erase these lines after, when you finish drawing your building. Okay, is everyone good? Put the thumbs up if you're good. Oh, you're not good. Okay, yeah, I'll just wait. And again, you can use your eraser if you feel like your lines are a bit messed up. And do this, do this. Okay. When everyone's good, you can put your thumbs up. Okay, we'll just wait a little bit longer, because, you know, some people might have trouble with like finding the correct spot they want to end their lines. Okay. I guess everything's good. So then since we're going to be drawing buildings, buildings mostly look like a rectangular prism shape. And while we did learn how to do that freehand last week, we're going to use a ruler just for this practice. But as you advance in your skills, or you practice more, you can totally do this freehand. So first, we're going to put a building right here. So where I'm touching, you want to use your ruler. Then you want to drag a line all the way from your ruler. You draw a line from your ruler all the way to the bottom of one of the lines. Yep, okay. So something like this, a line from top to the bottom. And then you're gonna, since you know, if you're doing this, since a building has like multiple sides, you're gonna do another one right here where it's gonna end with a side. So you wanna do another line from here all the way to the bottom. And this is going to be one side of your building. And again, you can do the same for the rest. So let's do another line. Put a space between a letter line, and then it's going to be a space between, when I erase this later. That's going to be another rectangular building. That's another face. And then another one, let's do a third one. Right here, oops. Third one, right here. Oh, I can't draw it straight.
Stephy, what application are you using for
Redraw? It's Medibang Paint Pro.
Oh, Medibang? Okay.
Yeah. So it should look like this. Just everyone, when you're ready, it should be one line. So it should be 6 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have 6 vertical lines following, I guess, the direction of your 2 lines that follow from the vanishing point. I'm gonna make this. Is there any way I can make this bigger? So I can see. I don't know what. Okay. So when you're done, you can put thumbs up. And again, if you are done, you can go around and like maybe like fix the edges. Fix the edges and just make sure everything's good. Okay. I'm gonna wait until everyone puts their thumbs up or they say they're done. If it's easier, instead of putting a thumbs up, y'all can like type in the chat, be like done or like yes or okay. Or just type something. Okay, send. We're going to so we talked about how a rectangle or prism has obviously more than one face and more than one surface. So in this perspective, since we're acting as a person that is on the ground, right? And then when you're usually on the ground, you don't usually see the top face of your building, right? So we're only going to draw 2 faces of your rectangle. So then you're going to use your ruler again, and then you're going to start from the bottom, and then you're going to and then you're going to put a line like this, just something like this, that is going outwards, a straight line going outwards, and then you want to connect this line along, oh no, that's right, I'm so sorry. Something like this, and this line should be parallel, or they should be like along, just like parallel to this line. So it should look something like this line, but just shorter. And then again, you're gonna put your ruler here, and put your ruler in this area, and then put a pointer point here, and then you're gonna draw something like this. And this should be your first building. Does everyone see? And then you can obviously use your eraser to fix up the edges. Does everyone see this kind of shape? Thumbs up. And then you're going to do the same for everything else. So since since this building is the first building you see, it's going to be blocking your view for this building, the second building right here, right? So you won't be able to see the full side of it, but you're able to see this part. So you can just use your ruler and do it across this area. So you can just, make a straight line from here to, let's say, something around here, right? Like this. So it's going to be tilted at a slope, and it's just going to go to the left. So like, let's say if you were to extend it, it would be like this, right? But you would erase this part because, it would be like this. Let's say if you were to like do your full building, but you're going to erase that part because this building blocks it. You're going to do the same for the last building right here, and you're going to do the same. You're going to put a line from here, you're going to connect it like this. Everyone see this. And if you want, I'm going to erase these numbers because I don't want it to get too confusing, too jungled, like condensed in this area. So again, you're just doing this part right here, this side of the building. Okay, and once everyone does it, you can start erasing this. Actually, you can erase later, or if you want, you can start erasing this horizon line, because when you do have a building on top of like land, you don't see this horizon line anymore. Okay, is everyone okay? Is everyone following? Am I going too fast? Does anyone have any questions? All right, you can put a thumbs up or type in the chat if you're done.
I don't think they can thumbs up.
Oh, never mind. Okay. So then let's say you want, one of the buildings you want it to be, you want to have a top for your building. So you want to go again, place your ruler on your vanishing point. So like something like this, just like this area, right? Like this, put your ruler like this. And then let's say you want some of them to have a top. So you want to do this. So place your ruler on your vanishing point and then do somewhere like at the sky or somewhere on the upper left corner, your ruler. And then you want to connect that point right here with the 2 parts or the 3 parts of your rectangle. So this, you have something like a top for your building. It looks like almost like if you split this into shapes, it's like a triangular prism. Yeah. What? Sorry, a pyramid. Look like a pyramid. I couldn't find the word. Yep, a pyramid. And then we can do the same for these as well. So you just use the top here. No, this is I'm gonna make it bigger. Point top here. Your ruler should go in this direction, right? It should touch a point here, and this point should go to this side, and this another like line segment right here. And you can just do the same for all 3 buildings, but I'm just gonna provide variety. And of course, you can erase this line, but we can always do that later. Oops. Okay. And then, so let's say you also want some windows for your building. So again, you place your ruler on the vanishing point or near the vanishing point, and then something like this direction. Your ruler should be like this. And then you want to let go. And then again, you want to make another line parallel to what you have here. Not parallel, sorry. Like with the vanishing point, and then you want to attach it to right here. So let's say something like this, right? And then using your ruler, you can connect 2 points and draw a line between these 2 lines. So you can draw a line like this down all the way here. Another line down all the way here. And another line like this. We can draw 2 windows. It's very hard. 2 windows, like here.
Wait, Stephy, shouldn't you do it on a different layer so it's easier to erase later?
That's fine. It's fine. Should I do that?
It's fine. You.
It's fine. I'll find a way to erase it. And I erase these 2 things in. This is going to be a window, and obviously you can do more of these 2 lines further down the building for more windows, but you can do that on your own time. For this class time, we're just gonna show you how to do it. So yeah, and you can erase these 2 lines as well. Okay, and let's say you want to build the door as well. It's the same process. You put your ruler down here, and you want to attach to a point right here, and you want to use your ruler again. You want to draw a line from the top all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom right here to where the building ends, and something like this. It's obviously not perfect, but you can draw like a little like, I don't really know, like things doors have, like a doorknob. Or like, it's like the same thing. It's not perfectly straight. But yeah, so you see how these two lines can go across all these buildings? You can do the same for all of these buildings right here. Let's say I'll just draw like a door here. So again, a straight line, but it's not straight, straight line, and then straight line again, and then straight line, like do more doors. And you can always, if you go over the lines, it's okay because you can always erase it. Okay, that's for our building. So that's good. So let's say do something on this side. Let's say this side, you don't want to do buildings and you just want to do something like a bridge. So you want to put your ruler again here, and then you want your ruler to go across the vanishing point and somewhere like to the right side. So let's do something like right here, the right side of your paper. And then you want to then we're gonna have like a simple kind of like bridge. So we're gonna, or like a simple fence. So you wanna just have straight lines like this, and then straight lines like this. So since you want to make the bridge a little bit more interesting, we're gonna have two, I guess, lines be like the thick, each part of the bridge, the thick part of the bridge. So then you want to do this again, but you also want to take into consideration that when you move further away, or like when you try to draw further away from what you have on this side, not only will the lines get smaller, but the thickness of these two panels will also get smaller. So as you can see here, so you know, the thickness will be getting smaller because you can't really see it anymore. And it gives it that kind of perspective or like three-dimensional or like not flat look. So again, you can keep doing this all the way to the end. That is too thick. All the way to the end. Can you keep going? I think I'm gonna stop here. You can obviously finish your bridge in your meantime and later. So this is like good. And then if you also want to make it like more interesting, you can have a top, like a bottom to your bridge, and a top to your bridge. So basically something like this, right? And obviously you would erase this line right here. Like these, let's make it like look more connected. You would erase that part. And yeah, you would erase this part. You would erase this part. Erase this part. Is everyone following where I stopped? So if anyone's asking if it was too fast, I made another line from here to here using my ruler that's following this line. Yep, and then you can obviously continue the bridge, but actually let's say, and then let's say you also for your road, you also want like the yellow parts of the road that show like direction. So after you're done with the bridge, you can always stop here, and then you can always do it in your own time. You can you're using your ruler again from the vanishing point in the direction of towards the bottom of the paper. You want to make two kind of lines using ruler like this. They should be thin, something like this. Oops, does everyone see? And then after you make these two lines coming, it looks like it's coming towards you, right? But it's actually to the bottom of the page. And then you're going to use your ruler again. And this time you're going to do horizontal lines from one point of the one line and from the other to the other point. Horizontal lines from one point to the other point, from this point to the other point, and just alongside this line, that is alongside this line, and keep it going until you kind of reach a place where you can't really do any more lines. Oh, that's right. And then after what you're going to do, or as you're going to erase every other part. So you would erase this part, you would erase this part, and then you would erase that part. So it's kind of like a skip. So, and then so let's erase this part. You're gonna erase this part. All right, we might have, and then you're gonna erase this part right here. Wait, erase this part right here. So obviously it doesn't have to be like the same thickness, but, or like the same spacing between, but it's kind of like how you draw the those yellow signs you see on roads. Yellow.
Stephy, can you slow down? People
Oh yeah.
are a little bit confused.
Oh, sorry. Does anyone want me to repeat something? Andrea, what are they? Which part are they confused on? Which one would they want it repeated? The road part.
I think there's the road part. Yeah.
Okay. I could repeat again. Okay, so let me just. I guess I can erase it and do it again. Everyone's cool with that. I'll just erase it and do it again. Okay. So let me just erase this. And let's just do this again. Okay. So we're going to have a line from the vanishing point all the way to the bottom of the page. So like, let's say put a line here. And then we're gonna have another line from the vanishing point again, almost next to it, but there's a little bit of space. Something like here is good. Is everyone following? Paste this part right here. Okay. And then, you know how roads have that like yellow paint on the road? So we're gonna do that, but really easily. We can just make a horizontal line connecting this line to this line. That's, sorry, my bad. It's not straight, but yeah, your paper should be here. And then we're gonna do another one, you know, let's say like you wanna skip a couple of spaces, a couple of white space, like here, and then do another one. And then you wanna do it alongside this kind of, these two lines or this road. So we're trying to create the effect of it like kind of like the road going towards you, or you're going away from you. So you want to do this again. You want to do more horizontal lines, just more lines connecting these two, and you're gonna do it until like you can't really do it no more, or you like want to stop. Does everyone have these kind of like horizontal lines? Okay. I guess everyone does. And then you're gonna use your eraser, and you're basically gonna erase every other space. So let's say you wanna keep the first one, right? Then you wanna erase this one, keep the third one, erase this part, keep this part, erase this part, keep this part, erase the other part. So let's actually do that. So using your eraser, you want to erase this part. So it's like every other one you want to erase. And then you want to erase this part. And you want to keep doing that to create the fact that like, when you have that yellow paint on the road, it usually have some space in between. So you want to keep this one, erase this one, keep this one, and then you want to erase that one in the very back, or whichever space you have. Okay. 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 Is everyone following? Is everyone okay to move on to the next part? Obviously, these aren't like perfect, but you can always touch them up in the end. Is everyone cool moving on to the next part? Okay. So then you can, let's say this is the bridge, right? So the bridge will probably like end somewhere around here. So you wanna do something like, you wanna put a horizontal line connecting, not horizontal, a vertical line from here to here. This signifying that the bridge is going to be ending somewhere over there. And then let's say you want to do something like mountains, because it's a cityscape, but there's also some water here, right? And then some mountains. So using your ruler, you can go like in this direction. So right here, since you already have this right here, so since you already have this kind of like this line right here that's connecting the vanishing point to a corner, it means that you can choose any point here, and that could be the top of your mountain. So let's say you want to choose some point like right here. Let's say you want to choose some point right here, and you want to do more than one mountain. So you want to do another mountain here, and maybe like, if we have space, we can do a third mountain. So then you want to use your ruler. You want to go from here. Yes, go from here, from where your bridge ends, and you want to connect this point and this point. And then for mountains, we're gonna just make them regular triangles, so it's much easier. So let's say you want to then connect top of the mountain to some point right here, on some point on the horizon. And then let's say you want to you want to connect some point right here from this side of mountain to this new point right here we made on the line. And you want to draw a line from this point to some point on the right side of the page. Is everyone following? And the last mountain, you do the same. You want to draw a line from that connects this point we draw on this top of the line to a point on this side of the mountain, something like this. And then you want to just do a little, and you want to draw that top to the end. That looks, I'm gonna draw that again. Like here, right? And then of course you can raise the guidelines in the end. And is everyone following? Okay. Is everyone following? Okay. I'm gonna give a little bit more time. For those who are done, you can start, erasing the parts that you feel like your lines went through, like a certain point, or you don't like how the line looks, start erasing some point. Okay. And you might want to reestablish line. And yeah, so everyone's done. So using this, I guess, method of like drawing lines and always from the vanishing point, you want, you can draw like any kind of like object in first point perspective. Let's say you have some here, it's like, oh, like it's very empty. You can draw a line from the vanishing point to some area over here. Let's say like this. And then you're like, and then you can draw another line from the vanishing point to an area right here. And you're like, and you say, I don't like how empty this looks. And so you can draw a bench. So you can put a horizontal line, or sorry, a vertical line, just a line connecting these two lines. And then your bench would go outwards like this. Like this. Just like your bench would kind of be following like this. And then you would draw, you can draw another horizontal line or another line from here, from the vanishing point connecting this. And then you can draw the legs of the bench. Obviously, you can make it more three-dimensional or move it to the side, but you can draw. The point is that you can draw stuff using a lot of like the same techniques of from the horizontal line to the other right. This is all right, yeah, the lines are definitely not straight on this bench. But it's like the same kind of like idea where you can draw kind of any object in a certain perspective. So let's draw something like this. Yes, you have your hand raised. You can speak.
Why
Yeah.
is the chat disabled?
The chat is disabled?
It should not be disabled.
Yeah, you should be able to speak to Andrea.
Okay, now I can.
So you don't have to draw this fence. It's just like another, I guess, way of me showing you that like other objects could, oops, you can draw other objects. Using the same thing. Okay. So I guess you can always, all right, we don't have to make the bench 3D because it's like just me showing you that two objects. Okay. Is everyone cool with what we drew? Does everyone have any questions?
They want you to redo the bench, like do it again.
Okay, so let me just erase the bench. And let me just redo the bench. So yeah, Andrea, I should have done this in different layers, but it's fine. Okay. I'm just gonna erase this part right here. So I think judging from the time, we won't get to the bedroom one, I think. So let me just erase all this. So these lines here, you can like start erasing them as well, because these are guidelines and you won't be able to use them. You won't need to use them anymore. So start erasing these guidelines. Okay. So that's one erases. Okay. So so you want to draw a bench. And so you want to, from your vanishing point, use your ruler from your vanishing point and have your ruler somewhere, let's say like right here. Or we can do somewhere like right here. and that's going to be the top of the bench. And then you, again, make another line from your vanishing point towards this area, and you want to maybe say somewhere right here. And that's going to be that line between the top and the seat of the bench. And then you want to make another line from your vanishing point down, let's say somewhere here. All right, is everyone following? Okay. After you have kind of 3 lines, you're going to, for like some point of this line, you want to draw a vertical line connecting 2 parts of the bench. So a bench usually looks like an L, so it's gonna show that shape. So you're gonna have a straight line from the top to the bottom, another straight line from the top to the bottom that's farther away, and then after you're done with this, you can, maybe do a simple touch up, and then you want to draw using a ruler. You want to draw another line that is almost similar to how this line is. Does everyone see this line that I'm like circling, right? Something that's similar to like that direction. So you can even use your ruler and you can put it on this line and you can move it, as long as like you're not changing direction, you can move it towards this part of the bench. So something like, so we're going to do something like this from here, and we're going to do something like this. That's that wasn't a straight line, but yeah. So using a ruler, you can do something from here, and then connect it something like almost parallel to that line, something like right here. So it doesn't have to be perfectly parallel, but something like that. And you're going to do the same for this side. So it kind of looks like an L shape. Does everyone see the L shape right here? The L shape. And then so you're going to do the same for this one. And then this is going to be the same direction as this one, connected from this line here. Does everyone see how it kind of looks like an L? The bench looks like an L. Yes, someone has their hand raised. Hello? Yep.
Can you, I want to draw the water, and can you help me draw ripples?
Yes. We can do that later. Yep, you can do, yep. So, and then after you finish that part, you can make the bench 3-dimensional by, putting a side right here and like do something like this, and like just extending the back part. But that's, you can totally do it on your free time, and optional. I will probably just like connecting. You just want to connect the lines like that. Obviously, this is it. And then, but if you don't want to make it 3-dimensional, you can keep it fine. You can just draw the legs, and the legs would just be straight lines underneath the bench. Straight lines underneath it. And the bench is kind of on the road, but it's okay because some benches are on roads. It's fine. So if you don't like how close the bench is to the road, you can always just draw another line from the vanishing point all the way to the bottom of the page. And that could be your new road. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Okay. So from here on, we're going to be erasing the lighter lines, the guidelines. So after you finish your bench, you want to erase everything, the lighter lines. Well, not everything. You want to erase the lighter lines the guideline that you drew your perspective from. You want to erase this, erase the mountain part. Well, not the mountain, like the lines from the mountain. You want to erase the top right here. Don't erase your vanishing point because if you want some other parts to draw, you can always use your vanishing point again. So, and it's also really hard to like try to redraw a vanishing point, especially if you have stuff already done. You know, you can just erase these lines that you don't really see. You won't be able to see the horizon when the buildings are on top of it. So erase this part because these lines are not really important. Yeah, so you just erase these lines. You can erase this line right here. Fade all the guidelines. I won't be erasing everything because I didn't use another layer, but it's fine. Okay, you can erase this part, and again, you see this bridge, you can erase this part as well. Just all the lines. It should be easier on paper and pen because, you know, you can just erase the line. You can also always redraw it, and it would be kind of like, even though it's not perfect, it would look similar. So I guess the river and like the river, I mean, I guess water, you can always like do like simple kind of like effects, like maybe like a ripple, right? So you want something like, sorry, you want something like, you know, like for water, it's always like you can do ripple and do like this. Obviously, you don't want to draw like this because you would draw on the line. You want to always take consideration that your fence or your bridge is covering it. You know, like simple effects in water. We'll be teaching you later like sketch drawing or like using color pencils, and that's where you can like actually show like the dynamics of the water. But like you can just draw little ripples for the water here, and you can even color this blue. And then so for your ripples, the ripples, you can draw like the whole body of water blue, but for the ripples you can make it like underneath the ripples you can make it darker or like lighter, and it looks, you know, more realistic. Okay, that's the water. I guess let's say like you really want a sun, and so you can use what we taught you last time. You can use the rectangular method. You can draw a rectangle here, and you can draw a circle right here. So let's just draw a rectangle. I'll be using a tool. So let's say you have a rectangle here, right? That means, again, I'm going to repeat this again. You're going to make, yes, you have your hand raised. Yep, you can answer. How do I unmute you? Hello, Hannah?
How do you draw the sun to set?
The sun to set. Oh, okay. You want a setting sun. I can erase this part. You can always draw, if you want the sun to set, then you can draw it like either behind the mountain. That looks really cool. Or you can even do the sun like right here in the center of your page. So let me I'll just erase this now. Okay, let's say you erase all these guidelines, right? You want to draw the sun to set. You can again use the rectangle method. You can draw like an arc. So let's say we have something like this, right? Let's say you drew a rectangle like this. So again,
do it on a different layer.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so let's say you want your rectangle like this. You would draw a rectangle like this, and then you would, so this part of the sun, this part, and you would draw like your regular circle, but then you would just erase this part. So you just want to draw one part of the circle. So like something like right here, like that. And then that is and then you want something like, maybe like right here. That is a very bad circle. I'm so sorry. something like that. Oops. Something like that. You can have your sun right here, and it's like, it will look really cool when it's colored like that. Or do this, another layer. Or you can have your sun right here. You can use the rectangle method again. And then you can, again, do the midpoint, midpoint, midpoint right here. And you just mean like this. Like you can draw your circle. And you just mean like, draw this like this. Like that. And then maybe like when you're like this. So it looks like your sun is like being blocked by the mountain, but it's like also like trying to set or rise. That looks really cool. And again, you obviously have to like delete all these guidelines and just have your building. And let's say, you know, since we're doing suns, we can draw, let's draw clouds as well. So when you're drawing clouds, you can always let it like follow your perspective point right here. So, or you can just draw clouds because it would just be facing you. So a lot of people just draw clouds like this. And yes, like it looks like a cloud, you know, because it has the puffiness. It looks like a cotton ball. But I think you have to consider that, like, in order to draw somehow realistic clouds, the clouds is like very, like the puffiness or like those water vapors very distributed, very like differently across the cloud. So you want to draw some like, let's say you can draw a rectangle, right? And then within your rectangle, you can do something like, you can do this, 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 like this, something like, something like this, something like this, something like this. Something like that. Like, if you see like all the ripples are like kind of like different sizes, so they don't all look the same. So then to make it like more realistic, you can draw clouds behind other clouds. So you have something like this, like this, like this, and like that. It's a very bad cloud, but okay. Like this, and like it's something like this, and like this. Right? So it's like these aren't perfect clouds. They're more realistic than drawing the clouds like one whole kind of like shape like this, right? Because it shows that, you know, there's some formation here. You can even do a little bit like shading right here. The clouds, more realistic.
Also, just keep in mind that most clouds in real life, the bottoms are more flat than the top. So it's more like a half a circle when you draw clouds. Someone wants you to redo the demonstration for the sunset for the first option where the sun's in the middle.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna do this right here. Some clouds fade away as well. Okay. So you can do a rectangle or even like part of the top half of the rectangle. So you can do something like do something like this. Or no, that's too small. Let's do like you want a bigger something, like something like this. So you wouldn't have to draw the bottom half, right? You would just have to draw the top half, right? And again, and then you can just make a kind of like arc or like half a circle. So you can do something from here. And you do a top midpoint here and the midpoint here. Wait, it's midpoint's not there. It's midpoint's here. And then you would do something like, you would connect this. And then you would connect the bottom here. And that would be, and you can color this whatever you want. Obviously the circle's not perfect, but that comes with practice. And then obviously you would still have your horizon here. So it looks like the sun is setting or it looks like the sun is rising, depending on the colors you use for your color pencils. Okay, you understand? Or you can do a sun here, and you can do clouds, and you can even do like sun covering the clouds as well. So like, you do sun covering the clouds, it looks like, you know, it's morning or like it's afternoon or nighttime. Right, does everyone understand? Okay, we have 5 minutes left. Does anyone have any questions? Or does anyone like have any questions on which guidelines to erase or which guidelines you're unsure of erasing? No, you can type them in the chat. And also, if you think I'm going too fast, this video will be uploaded on YouTube and we'll send the link. So you can always slow down the video. So we should like erase this, erase this right here, so we don't need it. And you can erase this part up here. You can erase, Amy, you raised your hand.
Where did you get the website that you're using?
It's actually a application you can download your laptop. I can send everyone the link. But I think for like something like this art class, using pen and paper is really good because it really allows you to, I guess, it's like better like, you know, better analyze or better like use or better see like how shapes are drawn before you draw it on a laptop. Because for this you need something like an extra pen to like make sure to make it like look like you're drawing on like paper and pen and for you to feel more comfortable. So we want you to feel more comfortable like drawing in pen and paper or a pencil and paper. But I can send the link. Does anyone else have any questions? You can raise your hand. Terry, DL. Terry?
How do we draw the people?
How to draw people.
Either next week or the week after that, we're gonna learn how to draw people and how to draw anatomy and how to, and like faces and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be later.
Yeah, for now you can do something like, I don't know, like a stick figure. And like this, you know, the stick figure is walking. Maybe like this. Obviously don't do it, but like for now you can do stick figures. Like he's walking, you know, he's walking on the road. He has his little shopping bag. I don't know. Something like that. You can do stick figures now. But obviously, you know, we're learning like the idea of like landscape and like how you draw buildings. And we would love to see your piece. So please post it on Google Classroom so we can see your beautiful like this rendition of this drawing. Okay, so we're not going to also have any questions. Remember to also raise your guidelines. If not, then we would be ending the class now. I guess I can keep this on. Maybe ending the class now. So, oh, Hannah, you have a question? Hannah? Hannah, you have your hand raised?
How do you take a picture? I'm on a laptop.
Andrea, can you answer?
Yeah, so you can ask your parents for help on if you have a scanner at home, like a printer scanner, and you can scan it and then your parents can help you upload it onto your computer, or you can use your phone, like your parents' phone or something like that. You could take a picture with an app called Cam Scanner, or you could just take a regular picture if you can't figure that one out. Yeah, there's like a lot of ways you can take a picture.
Okay.
Who else has a question? Someone else is raising their hand.
Clara?
Can you send the link for the
For the what? The drawing application?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put that on Google Classroom.
Thank you.
But we suggest you draw on like pencil and paper because I don't have an overhead camera. So Yep. Sophie, you have a question? For everyone else who don't have a question, you can leave now. But if you do have a question, you can stay. So bye.
Is there a way like to not use so many guidelines? Because like when I erase it, it looks messy.
Yeah, so I think a way to solve that problem is, remember when we learned last week how to draw like light lines and how to draw guidelines with without pressing down your pen too hard or pencil too hard.
My
That
pencil isn't really like, it's really light, so like I kind of have to like push it down to make a mark.
I think that, yeah, it kind of, it's a little bit annoying, but eventually when you get enough practice, you won't have to draw the entire guideline, and you only need to draw the section that you need, like based on how you hold how you hold your ruler, and stuff. For now, I would say having guidelines is super important. Another way to solve this problem is to draw the whole thing with a pencil, and then when you're done, you can take a pen and go over the lines that you want to keep, like the non-guidelines and stuff, and then you can erase the pencil after. So you're only the pen stays.
I think also you can like sharpen your pencil. I think that's a good way to do stuff.
Okay. Are there any more questions? Doesn't look like there's any more.
Are there no more questions?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you can close the meeting now.